How you all doing? Good. How you all doing? How's things? Right, so I've been talking about this for a while that I want to do a few more of these kind of like more specific videos of me talking about stuff. Mainly because there's a few things that I want to focus on, a few things I want to give you advice on, a few things I want to share of what I'm doing and that kind of stuff. This shall be the first one of them. And today, when I'm filming this, which is probably pretty unusual that I probably will put this out tomorrow just because I think it's relevant right now. There was a thing on the news, and what kind of, it's a weird thing that, you know, I usually do check every morning, you know, what's trending on Twitter, on the hashtags, and this kind of bugs me a little bit that it's not anywhere up here. Like, I mean, we're talking about Blue Monday, which apparently today is the most depressing day of the year. Now, don't fall for that because that's all rubbish. It was apparently, the Blue Monday was invented by a travel agency trying to get people to book more flights or plan trips, and you know, it's a commercial trick. Blue Monday, I don't feel blue at all. I actually feel fantastic. I look outside and it's a grey sky, but it's a good day and I'm making the most of it. Blue Monday, what? I mean, come on. What? Why do we have to try to make day worse? Like, I understand, like, try to do something, you know, celebrate something. That, yeah, go for it. But, like, why would you want to make a day like Blue Monday? What's wrong with people? That's mad. Anyway, something came up in the news today, and it's something I've been talking about before. It's something I've had a big concern over. I didn't realize the situation was so bad. And I want to just bring it up to you guys once again. I've written songs about this subject. I've talked about it on my vlogs, on my blog. You know, it's something that I seem to be thinking more and more about the older I get, and it's the fact it's the divide in our society between the rich and the poor, or even more so, the divide in the world between the rich and the poor. The latest figures show that the eight, two hands can calculate, 8 richest people has as much money as the 50% of the poorest people in the world. And that's just, it's not crazy, it's sickening. Like, it's 2017, like, we're past, we should have learned something. Obviously we haven't, like, and this is just, it drives me mad. It's this inequality and divide in our, you know, between people, and that's the thing, we're all people, we're all human, and like, I saw a thing on a Twitter, somebody posted, and I think it was on Instagram as well, and it was a kind of interesting thing about, they've been talking about in America about the minimum wage, and somebody said, why don't we start talking about the maximum wage? And I don't know, like, it's a crazy concept, but I mean, at the same time, like, is that what it really takes before, you know, we can level the playing field a bit? Like, and if it is, then maybe we have to look into it. I don't know. Just saying. They're saying now that this divide between the rich and the poor is the biggest threat in our world right now. Right now, it's bigger threat than anything like Brexit or US election results or climate change or ISIS or anything like that. And I believe that because, as I said before, in the history, anytime you know, that divide got too big, you know, the pitchforks came out. The problem is this time even bigger than it ever has been before, because the divide was before within usually countries, or you know, like it happened in the French Revolution. It happened in Russia, it happened in Egypt, it happened in Rome, you know, within societies. Now, I think this is going to turn into a global thing, and when something turns to global, thanks to the thing that we have information and we can, you know, contact each other. I can tweet to somebody in Indonesia right now and, you know, have a chat with them, or Philippines, I can have a chat with them and we can talk about things, we can share information, you know, which I think is a wonderful thing. But it also makes this whole thing global, you know. It is a worry, it's a massive worry. Where will it go from here? I don't know. But like there is no good outcome from keeping going like this. The society is dividing, like it's dividing. There is no good outcome from it. It's just history will prove you that there's no way it's gonna end well. And I can see that there's people are annoyed. Like a lot of the things that happened, like Brexit and the US election results, were to do with the fact that people were sick of the old system. And this is the beginning of that thing. Like people are starting to rebel against what was there. The thing is that in the past, the rebelling was kind of more direct. Now it's going like we're gonna make sure that this part is out, so we're gonna go for this one. But the alternative necessarily is not any better. It's just different, and then eventually that's gonna blow out of proportions. And what's gonna come after that? Like somewhere along the line, it's just gonna come down to the really, really brutal. You know, pitchforks come out. People gonna go on the streets. They're gonna be rebelling. They're gonna be. But where is it gonna go from here? Like it's when this thing is gonna happen on a global scale, it's gonna be something really, really nasty, and we have to do whatever we can to stop that happening. Now I know that it's not easy for you or me to go and tell these 8 most rich people in the world. Nothing that you or me are gonna go and say to these people are gonna change the world today or tomorrow. So my kind of thinking, and what's been my thinking in the past few years already, is gonna go more back to that, is that I've been kind of concentrating on really kind of trying to focus so much on not thinking about making money. I'm gonna try to think about like trying to make something meaningful, and I use my kind of artistic side to do that, because that's what I do. You know, whether to write songs that make people think about stuff, maybe. You know, give them a bit of hope, give them something to listen to on a dark day, or you know, something to comfort them in a moments like that. I make videos to give some people a insight. You know, sometimes show them the world, so the beauty of the world, so different places, so different cultures. Sometimes just talk about stuff, you know, and kind of let you reflect on it, and I do all of this from the desire that I want to do something that I hope has a positive impact on other people. As I said before, I hope that in this day of media noise, I can add something positive into the constant noise, of which tends to be a lot of negative stuff. And I do it because I want to do it. I do it because I have a passion for it. I do it because it excites me to do it. I do it because I believe and I hope that I will give you guys something positive, something that could make your day a little bit better. And I don't focus on the financial side of it at all. I believe if we do that, if we focus on like kind of doing something good, eventually the financial side will take care of itself. The thing is that too often when people go kind of focus on the money, it's not the positive thing that comes out of it. And that's not to say that, you know, all the rich people are mean. That's not it at all. There's a lot of people who really are rich, but they're rich because they're doing things exactly the way I'm saying that. You know, they wanted to do something good, and it became very successful, and it helped a lot of people. It's the ones, as I said, that are just driven by greed, and they're the ones that worry me the most. They're the ones that are driving this divide even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, I want to make something that I can share with you guys, and I hope that you guys enjoy what I share with you, and I hope it has something positive in it. And I think, again, like I go always back to the thing that, you know, the change starts from within us, not by pointing out and shouting at, you know, you have to stop doing this. And that's my way of doing, like I try to do my best to bring something positive into this thing. Right now, I know this doesn't feel like a very positive thing, but it's my way of bringing a little bit of awareness to that situation, and I'm trying to kind of, because there are people who are pushing this aside and saying that, you know, it's not a big issue. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest issue and biggest threat to our society right now. And I hope we can take that seriously. On a more positive note, as I said, my way of dealing with it is starting from me. I'm trying to concentrate on kind of sharing positive message, sharing positive things, and do it for the right reasons, not for the wrong reasons. Doing things for the wrong reasons never, in the long term, never leads to anything good. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. I'd like to hear, do you see any solutions that, well, I'd like to hear both. I'd like to hear what's your idea of solutions to the situation. But even more so, I would like to hear your suggestions of what we can do as individuals to make this thing better. How can we lead by example, show others by how we do something that we could make the divide between in our society between the rich and the poor better. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Let me know what you think we should do. I know it's a tricky subject, but I think we need to start talking about this, and I think we need to start talking about this seriously. And that's today's vlog. Very different than for a while, but I said there'll be a couple of these coming along as well. So let me know in the comments what you think of it. Don't forget to subscribe, and listen guys, talk to you soon.